You think you know the Yuki Onna, right? The beautiful, terrifying snow woman from Japanese folklore. But what if I told you that popular image is hiding the real story? What if this isn't just a ghost story, but a life or death warning you're meant to understand?
See, the true horror of the Yuki Onna has nothing to do with ghosts. In this explainer, we're going to peel back the layers of myth to find the real-world danger this legend was created to warn you about. And trust me, it's a warning you really need to hear.
Okay, so let's get right into it. First, we have to talk about the image of the Yuki Onna that everyone knows, the one that's basically become a global horror icon.
This is the version you've seen everywhere, right? In anime and video games. She's this stunningly beautiful woman with skin as white as a fresh snowdrift, that long dark hair, always in a white kimono. She haunts mountain passes and blizzards and lures men specifically to a frozen death. It's a really powerful and unforgettable image.
Now, this modern image was really locked in by one specific story. This is the tale that has pretty much become the official legend of the Yuki Onna for most people. So the story goes like this. You have two woodcutters, an old master and his young apprentice. They get caught in a really nasty blizzard up in the mountains. They manage to find a tiny abandoned hut and figure they can wait out the storm there and just try to survive the night. In the middle of the night, the door just bursts open, and in drifts this ghostly woman in white. She floats over to the old man, and she breathes on him. And her breath is like this blast of Arctic air. He dies instantly, just frozen solid. Then she turns to the young guy, who is absolutely terrified, obviously. But instead of killing him, she spares his life. But there's a catch, a single condition. He must swear to never, ever tell another soul what he just saw. And this promise, this becomes the entire engine of the story. And this is where everything you think you know about the so-called ancient folktale gets completely flipped on its head. The origin of this famous story is not at all what it seems. So, I need to introduce you to a guy named Lafcadio Hearn. He was an Irish-Greek writer who absolutely fell in love with Japan. He moved there, took a Japanese name, and spent his life collecting all these local folk tales and translating them into English so the rest of the world could read them. He is a huge piece of this puzzle. So what happens when modern academics start digging into Hearn's work? Well, they uncover a pretty startling truth about where this super famous ghost story actually came from. And what they found? Well, it changes everything. And here it is. This is the crucial part. There is no clear documented evidence that this famous story, the woodcutters, the hut, the deadly promise, existed in Japan before Lafcadio Hearn published it in 1904. The version that became a global phenomenon wasn't some ancient Japanese legend. It was a modern retelling that was heavily shaped by a Western author. So if that famous story is more modern, then what were the original legends about? And why do they matter so much more? Because, get this, they were never really about a ghost. They were about a very, very real danger. And this quote just nails it. As one student of Japanese culture, Natasha Sorinen, puts it, these were practical, cautionary tales. The elders weren't just trying to scare kids. They were using the legend of Yuki Onna to teach a simple, life-saving rule. You don't go up into the mountains during a snowstorm. Period. This is the key. This is the whole thing. The Yuki Onna isn't a ghost that kills you. She is the cold that kills you. She is the beautiful, deadly, and perfect personification of hypothermia itself. I mean, think about it. Her so-called attack is a step-by-step metaphor for you freezing to death. First, the luring. She appears beautiful, right? That's the confusion and poor judgment that sets in during the early stages of hypothermia. Then, her icy breath. That's your core body temperature taking a catastrophic dive. And the end result? A frozen death. That's a chillingly literal description of dying from exposure. So now that we understand the real danger she represents, it becomes super obvious why the Yuki Onna is more popular today than ever before. She's not some dusty old legend. I mean, she is everywhere in pop culture. Anime like Nura: Rise of the Yokai Clan, tons of video games, manga, horror films. She's a total icon. But it's not just because she has a cool character design. She connects with us so deeply because she represents a fundamental truth. She is the perfect symbol for that terrifying duality of nature. You know, how a pristine, beautiful, snowy landscape can be absolutely gorgeous one minute and kill you the next. She is that beauty and she is that danger
all rolled into one. So the real takeaway here isn't to just see her as another cool monster in a story. She's a vital piece of cultural wisdom, a warning handed down through generations. The message is deadly serious and incredibly simple. Respect the snow. Respect the cold. Your life might actually depend on it.
Look, if you found this real story behind the legend as fascinating as I do, share this with a friend who loves horror. They probably have no idea.
And definitely subscribe, because our next deep dive, we're going to jump to a whole other country and explore a completely different but just as terrifying legend they use to teach a very similar lesson.
And hey, if you're someone who loves folklore that's actually, researched properly, make sure you turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what we have coming up.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought. The next time you see that first gentle snow starting to fall, covering everything in that beautiful, silent white, are you just going to see the beauty? Or will you remember the warning? Will you remember the cold, deadly breath of the woman who walks within it?